less than a gram per Mighty Red gummy, exactly. All this is going to be very important, but right now, if you've got an area where you will screw in a light bulb into a socket, can you imagine that also being a hub for a ceiling fan? Whether it is in your garage, whether it's in a bedroom, whether it's in the kitchen area where you are spending a lot of time, this is called Cascade Pro. It's a 2-in-1 socket ceiling fan and LED light. Since we first made Cascade fans available on QVC, over 235,000 of them have been ordered. Scott Hind is here in studio to tell us about the Cascade Pro and why something like this can be such a game changer. Good to have you back, sir.
So very good to see you. Thanks for having me back as always. Appreciate you.
Always, nice.
Yeah, it's because it's where the places you wanted to put a fan, but say maybe it wasn't in the budget, and or, maybe you just don't want it to do the damage, any of that kind of stuff. It's all the look and feel, David, of a real high-end, real powerful ceiling fan, but none of the damage, none of that. It's super simple. And what we say is, like you said, if you can screw it in a light bulb, you can use it. We say screw it in because you can't screw it up. It's that simple. Yeah.
I love it. Now, in the last couple of days, 36,000 of these have been ordered.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is coming in colors. We'll get into that. But talk to us about how this comes and how we work with it.
Super simple right out of the box. It is quite literally that simple to screw it in. Usually if you go out to the big box stores, you'll see something like this, but they have 4 blades. They're shorter blades. They don't have all the timer and light functions, none of that. So it's really, really easy, David. Make sure the light's off when you do it, when you get it out of the box. All you do is you snap the 5 pedals into place. Takes less than 5 seconds to do it. And then you go,
and you snap them in, no tools.
That's exactly correct. No tools whatsoever. Now this extender right here, David, for your recessed lighting, just screws on and off. You do not have to use it. So if you have a regular light socket, this can get screwed in. But if you have recessed lighting like you see here, the extender allows you to go into the recessed lighting. You simply screw it in. It is that simple. You turn it on. The light is on, and then this wonderful remote, very, very, very intuitive, very easy to use. You could choose 1 through 4 fan speeds, different colors of light, timers, night light, light on, fan off, whatever you want to do. Totally customizable.
Now, we have color choices for you. This is the brown, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
So here's the brown. We also have it in the white. In addition to the white, I've got it in black. And then finally we have it in the gray, which is what you use to screw into the top there, yes?
That's exactly correct. I'll turn that fan off quick. You can leave the light on if you like, and I'll just stop it so you can see the gray there if that's what you like.
There's the gray.
Yep.
Don't miss out on this, and our comparable retail value on this is nearly 60 bucks. We're at $41.98, and we're going to ship it directly to your doorstep. Now, that extender that comes with it, is that already on there, or do we need to screw that on?
Just screw it on. That's it, like you would a light bulb. It gives you the option. So a lot of people in their garage, for example, wouldn't have recessed lighting if you want to put this in your garage or your shed. But in your, with mine in a guest bedroom, there is recessed lighting. It puts it right in there with no problems whatsoever. And to that point, David, I believe we have a graphic. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Appreciate you. This is my own home, David. So I'm showing you 4 different ways here that we use it. First one on my left is a guest bedroom. And to be as straightforward as I can, we ran out of budget when we redid the house a couple years ago.
Right.
And we wanted to put a ceiling fan in the guest room, but it just wasn't in the budget. Now I have one in there. It looks nice, does a great job. My guests are all happy. The kitchen is my next one. You like to cook. I also like to cook, but the kitchen gets hotter than Hades in these months. So what I did was I took out one of the recessed lights, and I put that in the fan instead. So I still have the light, but I have the fan to keep the kitchen cool. And my wife really likes that I can match the lights up. So our other lights are warm white, David. This I can take from bright to natural white to cool white to warm white, which is great. And then the next 2 are my attic and my shed. You can see some QVC products there, some Sunjoe stuff. Again, 2 places where you've got light, but boy, it gets really hot up there in the attic or out in the shed. Keep it cool, but you still have the light.
And anywhere that you already have an existing plug, or a socket, I should say, then this works very nicely. It doesn't work in a lamp per se, but it would work in any kind of socket that's in the ceiling, exposed in your basement.
Yes, sir.
Anywhere where you've got a bulb exposed or you've got a hi-hat, this is ideal.
That's exactly right. So it just gives you more versatility. That's what I really like about it. And it's customizable. You can do light on, light off. You can do fan on, fan off. Both on, both off. Timer, different brightnesses. You can dim it all the way down to 10%. It really is super simple. And again, if you can screw in a light bulb, you can use this.
And a lot of people are thinking, well, if I take down my light bulb, I lose a light. No, you don't, because there's a light involved in this as well. So in addition to the light, you also have the built-in fan. This is what we call a 2-in-1. So don't miss out on this opportunity for having a light and air moving, because don't let this rain mislead you. because, yeah, it's broken the heat for a day or
Yeah,
so.
literally.
And then I was reading on the weather report this morning because I'm a big weather junkie. And I was reading the weather report because I wanted to see what the weather forecast was for rain, and there's going to be a lot of it today and tomorrow. And then after that, they say the heat's coming back.
98 on Tuesday.
With a vengeance.
9-8,
Yeah,
David.
hold on to your
Yeah.
hats because this cooler weather is not going to last. And you need a way to beat the heat. Now, sure, you can turn your thermostat down in your house, but every time you're doing that, you might as well be throwing dollar bills out the window.
Yeah, and the guest room picture you saw in my own home, David, that room is the farthest away from the HVAC. So that gets the weakest airflow. So even if you have an AC, it's fighting you in July like this because it's really hot, it's really expensive, but you still sometimes need a boost. This gives it to you.
How many of you have gone upstairs in these hot dog days of summer and found candles that are melting in rooms upstairs simply because it's so hot? So then you turn the air conditioning on higher, and then you get all this condensation on the vents because the air conditioning just can't keep up.
That's right.
It can't beat the heat. You need to move the air to cool the air, and this is going to move the air immediately.
Yeah.
I love this idea.
Well, and it's powerful. I think that's a big thing. So we go to the big box stores and you look at a...
Powerful is another word for it feels great.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
code
standing
word. Yeah,
right
there you
here,
go.
and this feels marvelous.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have to go. I can walk into any room and start sweating. This is what it's all about. Having this kind of air movement, but coolness.
Yeah.
Is so very important.
And you got the remote control. Super simple. You can control it from anywhere in the room. But you know, when you go to the big box stores, you'll see other ones out there, but they're 4 pedals. They're not as big. They're maybe 7 inches. These are 8 inches. They don't have the timers. They don't have the adjustability of the lighting. This really is the most fully featured socket fan that I've seen, and the one that really moves the most amount of air.
And I tell you, if you live in an upstairs, downstairs house and you only have one zone of air conditioning, good luck. I mean, because that air conditioner is going to work that much harder, pull that much more power. Your power bill is going to go through the roof, and your house is not going to be perceptibly cooler, particularly in those areas where the heat is rising, correct?
That's exactly
what we want
correct.
to do is we want to counteract it with something like this.
Yeah, so the extender, if you have recessed lighting, you just screw it on. If not, this screws off, you put it in a regular light socket. You just come in here, you go into the socket. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can screw in the Cascade socket fan.
In my garage, I have 2 exposed bulbs.
Yep.
So I can take both of those bulbs down, buy 2 of these fans, screw them in, and I'm in business. Because I have light and fan.
That's exactly right. And the light, by the way, is over 1,300 lumens. So it's really bright. So you're not giving up light.
It's
now you're
probably
getting air
brighter than what I have there now.
Could be.
This is what's so great about this, and that's why something like this becomes so very important. And it's going to continue to be hot. I mean, just buckle up, boys and girls, because it is not going to give us any relief anytime soon. Scott Hine, you're coming back with GP right now. Oh, we don't even have to wait to see him. You get to see him right away. Now, one thing that we do want to mention to you before we see Scott